Hello, 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 y'all, and welcome to another story time brought to you by ABC Read and ABC Learn, in which we are here to help you develop and nurture that love of reading in every child as well as every adult. How are you all doing out there today, evening, middle of the afternoon, real early in the morning, real late at night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are around the planet? I hope that you all are doing absolutely superb. And I hope that you all have read or you're planning to read for at least 30 minutes. At least, that's the least amount. Please do more if you can. And remember, don't forget, listening to stories that constitutes as reading as well. So even if you cannot physically open up the book and the pages because you are trying to take care of some business, you can't really sit down, pop in that read aloud. All right, pop in that disc that you got from the library, that book on audio, put it in your car. All right, play it in your home. Get a story off YouTube, like you're right here, right now, ABC Read, ABC Learn. You say, hey, you know what? I'm about to listen to that sister read to my kids, right? Or you little kids out there saying, I want to put on ABC Read, ABC Learn. I want to put on my favorite book, right? So that's what I'm talking about, y'all. And before we get started, I just wanted to share with you guys really quickly a snippet of history as to why the book that I chose today that I'm going to read to you all. All right. Matter of fact, let me show you right now. This is the book. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. And it's called 1 Million and Me, written by Kelly Starling Lyons, illustrated by Peter Ambush. All right. And you see right here, these are gorgeous illustrations. I know I say that about all the books that I read, but I really love these illustrations. They just come to life. They speak to you, right? And really quickly, 23 years ago yesterday, all right, October 16th, 1995. Actually, I remember I was in my dorm room at Kent State University, all right? Holla, shout out to Kent State. And there was something called the Million Man March that was organized by Minister Louis Farakhan, who is the Nation of Islam leader. All right. And basically, his whole intent behind organizing this march was to get Black men together all across America to say, hey, look, we're going to come together. We are going to rededicate ourselves, if you will, to God for those people, who, proclaim a particular faith. He said he wanted Black men to come together to rededicate themselves to their families, to their communities, and say, you know what, we are going to get our communities together ourselves. All right. So he was trying to empower Black men and Black boys, period, point blank. And yes, there were actually women at the march too. But the women who came there, they knew that the whole intent was to get Black men together. So they said, I got your back. They said, I will support you. All right. And so this is what happened again. Like I said, this was 23 years ago, 1995. Oh my gosh, time flies. All right. And that march was just so awesome. And it was called the Million Man March. But guess what? There was 1.5 to 2 million people there. Yes, it was. And that's what it was documented as, because the people who organized the march, the people who were there, and the people who were taking count there, that's what they said. Now, you might read some reports and they'll tell you some other number, but if they don't have at least 1.5 million as their number, then they miscounted. So I'm just here to let you know that. All right. So, with that being said, I am really so excited about reading this book to you guys. All right. In honor of the Million Man March, again, that occurred in Washington, D.C., organized by Minister Louis Farrakhan. And again, the name of this book is called 1 Million and Me. All right. So let's get started. My cousin Omari said no girls were allowed, but Daddy took me. Our bus rumbled through ebony night, my head snuggled into Daddy's warm chest. Until pink daylight rose around us and the driver called, Washington, D.C. Like a quilt of moving pieces, we walked together, singing songs that made my heart dance. We stood tall and proud as mighty oaks, the men, Daddy, and me. They came to make changes, came to make themselves and their communities better. And I was their princess, there to see the dream of this day come true. I squeezed Daddy's hand as the view stretched before us. 1 million Black men, 1 million Black kings. Happiness glowed in Daddy's eyes. Tears shone too. Daddy lifted me on his shoulders as voices rang around us. Sister Angelou, Reverend Jackson, Minister Farrakhan. Men chanted, a sea of fists thrust toward the sky. I looked at the faces wrinkled and smooth, at skin a rainbow of chocolate, graham cracker brown and cream. Daddy said they were doctors, garbage men, students, homeless people, and retirees. They came to the march to pray and take responsibility. Everywhere I looked, fathers and sons, friends and strangers clasped hands in unity, their faces filled with pride, their hearts swelled with hope. I held my head a little higher. Daddy said they missed school and work to join in purpose and peace. Drums thumped. I felt the magic, and I held my head a little higher. Someone called for the men to give, and they answered. Dollars for a new future flowed overhead, a river of green. Daddy put me down, and my heart pounded as I listened to the sounds of the men all around, to the slap of hands saying hello, to the boom of laughter. The roar of speakers echoed in my ears as powerful words traveled up to the sky and back. I watched Daddy nod and smile at everyone we passed. I asked if he knew them. He said no, didn't have to. They were his brothers, here and always. I saw signs bright with bold letters. I am a man. I am one in a million. I saw a long pool that sparkled in the sunshine like glass. Daddy said it was made for thinking and wishing. I looked at the men, united and strong. I clenched my eyes as tightly as I could. What did you wish for, Nia? Daddy asked when I opened them. But I knew if I told him my wish might not come true. So I just smiled. And he understood. We sat on the grass as cotton candy clouds floated above us. And we watched the men talking and hugging, Daddy and me. Then, like a quilt of moving pieces, we boarded buses, trains, and subways, and hopped into cars all too soon. We headed back down highways, back to Mama and friends. I waved until my hand got tired, and I snuggled my head into its special place. But I'll always remember the day Daddy took me on a journey. The day a million black men stood shoulder to shoulder. The day history was made with 1 million men and me. The end. Love it, love it, love it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I highly, highly recommend this book for all of you families out there. That was a touching story, and I loved how the author had written it through the eyes of that little girl. And so, again, like I said, I encourage you all to make sure you all look up the information about the Million Man March. It was an awesome, awesome coming together that happened 23 years ago yesterday, the day before my daughter's birthday. My daughter is 17 years old today, y'all. Happy birthday, Bree! All right, y'all. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for our new subscribers. We appreciate you big, big time. And remember to please like, subscribe, and share our videos. Hit that notification bell so you will be notified when a new story gets uploaded. And remember to please keep reading for at least 30 minutes a day. Happy reading, my reading revolutionaries. Peace.